We must use time creatively in the knowledge that the time is always ripe to do what's right.
I like Chef Lance because he makes me laugh. It's the jokes for me.
I gotta say hello to all my Dejafoodies.
Man, his events are a display of flavor.
His recipes are super simple, super easy, and super delicious.
With full restaurant reviews, Deja Food and Decor TV is everything food. So subscribe today on YouTube and hit the notification bell to see when new videos are loaded.
I never miss nibble and noodles because he always got the tea.
So what are you waiting for? You're just one click away. Hit the subscribe button because yes, we're back. Deja Food and Decor TV. Shout out to my Dejafoodies.
What's up?
We are on to part 2 of the road trip in Montgomery, Alabama in honor of Black History Month. We've already had the opportunity to visit the Civil Rights Memorial as well as the historic Dexter Avenue Baptist Church. Listen, you gotta go back to part 1 if you've missed it, but if you're all caught up, it is time for part 2 and we are hungry.
I sure am hungry.
So I wanted to bring you guys a restaurant review on a restaurant that I totally fell in love with while in Montgomery, Alabama. Wintzells Oyster House. Hard to believe, but Wintzells started out as a 6-stool oyster bar, which opened in 1938 on Daphne Street in Mobile, Alabama. Wintzells prides themselves in delivering the freshest Gulf Coast seafood the old-fashioned way. And Wintzells is known far and wide for their oysters, as they would say, fried, stewed, or nude. So knowing that this is a chain that is only located in Alabama, I had to stop by Wintzells and see what the hype was about. So the location that I'm visiting is at 105 Commerce Street in Montgomery, Alabama. I'm gonna go ahead in and get a table and get settled in so we can start the review. The menu gave you so many options of freshly prepared seafood in many different ways, from pastas to po' boys to fried platters to broiled platters. They also serve salads, and they didn't leave out the poultry because there are chicken items on the menu. I'm in Wintzells here in Montgomery, Alabama. I already am in love with the restaurant because I came in and my waitress allowed me to come to a back area so that I could actually do my review and not interrupt the customers that are already eating. The motif of the restaurant was very, very interesting. There were quotes along the wall, all the way up the wall and along the sides throughout the entire establishment, with various sayings accompanied by pictures on the wall as well. They also had an outside dining area that was fairly large. I didn't sit out there because it was a little cool in Montgomery, so I didn't want to sit out there and fight the wind. But with fellow bars and businesses accompanying the busy street that Wintzells is located, I'm sure this gives a great ambiance of Montgomery, Alabama at night for the social life. I actually opted to do the cream of crab soup because I wanted to do something that would be like a signature appetizer that I could get from them and kind of get a take on their flair on it. I already know what I want to order. This is a famous oyster house, so I'm definitely going to get the Oyster Sampler. Oysters 3 different ways. And then I'm also going to probably go ahead and do the fried catfish dinner, because I'm a big lover of catfish. When my waitress comes out, I'll try my best to introduce. Now, I'm sure I did come to the restaurant during a low traffic time, but literally, you guys, my waitress was out to place my order within 5 minutes of me being seated. And I also want to do the on it. Let me do the fried catfish dinner.
Okay, so with that sampler, do you want crackers, cocktail sauce, horseradish, hot sauce?
If you can give me horseradish and cocktail sauce.
And cocktail sauce. And for that catfish, do you want that fried crispy?
You can just fry it regular for me. It doesn't have to be fried hard.
And you get 2 sides of it.
Let me do the Cajun rice. And what other side would you suggest?
With the catfish, fried sweet potato fries, or a baked potato.
Let me do the sweet potato fries. This is my waitress, by the way. What's your name?
Ebony.
My waitress's name is Ebony. And Ebony has been great. She made sure that I got to the right area, so I'm really appreciative of Ebony. And you all make sure when you go out to eat, especially to establishments, tip your server when your server is good to you, okay? But yeah, that's what I want to do.
You want tartar sauce with your catfish?
Tartar sauce, please.
All right, oyster sampler, horseradish, cocktail sauce. And you said no crackers, no hot sauce?
No, I don't need any
All right, and then
crackers.
the catfish, rice, and sweet potato fries.
That's right.
All right.
Thank you. So we're about to jump into this soup, okay? This is the creamy crab soup, and I'm gonna give you all some visual. Just give me 1 second. So we're about to dig into this creamy crab soup. Let me go ahead and get me a cracker. That's really, really good. Looks like Wintzells is starting out to a great start. The creamy crab soup was absolutely delicious. This is one part about these trips I think that I'm going to absolutely love, and being able to try different restaurants and bring you guys the reviews, so that if you are in this city, whether it is for an extended stay or whether it's for a short period of time, you know the areas you can go to get some really good food. This soup is really delicious, and it really has me waiting on my main course. Y'all want some? Look at the crab hanging off of the spoon. So you know it wasn't long before I polished off the rest of that soup, leaving the bowl looking just a little like this. So I just got the oyster sampler at the table, and I just wanted to show you guys what this looks like. So you guys, I had to mute a lot of the audio in my video because of the background music, and I don't want to get a copyright strike. But I wanted to tell you guys, if you are going to Wintzells, you have to get the Oyster Sampler. This is oysters 3 different ways, you guys. This was the most delicious, heavenly, taste bud satisfying dish I had the entire time I was in Montgomery. Bienville oyster was covered in shrimp and crab meat with a creamy Parmesan sauce. Light to the taste, packed with flavor, and a very delicious oyster. And then the next type of oyster that they had was called the Monterey. Now the Monterey had jalapeno peppers, bacon, and it had melted cheddar cheese on it. This was a very good oyster as well. I'm not a fan of jalapenos, so I don't like very hot food, as well as I think that the bacon made it a little salty. But if you're familiar with a Rockefeller, you probably would like the Monterey because it does have that same level of saltiness to the oyster. But overall, very good. But then there was the char grilled oyster, the signature at Wintzells, which are half-shell oysters which are grilled and smothered in butter and cheese. You guys listen, the combination of the creamy crab soup to start the meal and then going on to the oyster sampler was definitely divine to the taste buds, which only built the anticipation for my main course to arrive to the table. So I completed these oysters, and I'm telling you, just like that soup, this was the end result. Then my main course made it to the table. Let me get you a visual. Fried catfish, Cajun rice, sweet potato fries, and homemade hush puppies. And when I tell you guys, this sealed the deal for me as it relates to Wintzells. The sweet potato fries were absolutely amazing. The Cajun rice had the perfect blend of seasonings mixed into a delicately fluffy long grain rice. And you guys, that catfish, listen, the catfish was so flavorful. The batter had a phenomenal seasoning. The tartar sauce was homemade. Listen, you guys, Wintzells was exactly that, a win. You guys have to check out Wintzells if you are in Montgomery, Alabama, and checking out all of the historical sites and you just want something great to eat. Listen, I'm gonna finish this meal and then I'm gonna turn in for the night because there is going to be a part 3 to this series as we venture to Troy University's Rosa Parks Museum. Dejafoodies, we plan to end the month strong with the completion of this series, the awarding of the $25 Cash App for January, as well as a recipe video to close out February. So make sure you hit that thumbs up on the way out, and until the next time, you guys have a delicious day.